It's not another one.
You know, there's a nice baby human hiding somewhere here where I can't see them. I need that for one that will make my. I have an HDMI. My fancy laptop.
Yeah.
Got it. With it or yeah. No, they don't.
Release inside.
It's little big.
You told me that they are completely
You know, like the farm diaper. If you could have done that, it would have a little bit just like, you know, box away.
Oh, that may have fixed it. There we go. Thank you, Zach. Everybody say thank you, Zach. Well, we have 6 minutes to kill. What's everybody's favorite thing they've seen so far at the show? All at once. I don't want to be able to make out any of your distinct.
You got Emily's jokes.
Oh, thanks, bud. I told a really bad joke that didn't count. Oh, does everybody want to hear my really bad joke? I'm sure that Kaylee's somewhere shaking her head like, please don't do this again. Thank you. All right, so this is one of my dad's favorite jokes, so temper your expectations. City Slicker decides to go on a road trip, wants to get out into nature, and it's going on a drive, some beautiful hills, some beautiful rivers, maybe a waterfall, I don't know what's out there. And eventually makes his way to this really idyllic farm and parks next to the farm and goes over to the fence and sees horses and sheep and goats, and they're all happy. And it looks like those like Disney cartoons of like really happy animals. And he sees Pigpen. Farmer walks over and goes, "Oh, I see that you're visiting. What do you think of the farm?" City Slicker goes, "Farm, beautiful, but why do one of the pigs only have 3 legs?" Farmer goes, "Sir, that pig is a hero. The farmhouse caught fire one night. The pig got my baby girl out of the house so she did not die in that house fire. Saved the family. We could not be more grateful for this pig." City Slicker goes, "Okay, so how did it lose a leg?" The farmer goes, "Well, pig that's special. You don't eat all at once." Thank you. I only have one other one, and I really cannot help it. Does anybody else have a good kind of dad joke that they would like to share with the audience? Yeah. If there are any jokes that you have where you're like, should I tell this in front of this group of people? The answer is no. When it comes to capital, I think you don't question that. I would love to hear it. Like a popsicle stick level joke.
Oi!
Okay, sir, please.
Do you know what ET stands for? You know what ET is short for? Has he got 2 legs?
Because you can feel like
I'll be stuck.
Yeah, we have 3 minutes left for like people to come in and then come back. trust them. I don't Alright, 2-minute warnings to beginning with personal life panel. No, please.
Wait a minute. Boring. I'm very
Judge. Pretty good.
Oh, yes.
How's everybody simulated?
If you're wondering, the panel has not yet started. We're a couple minutes away, but here we go.
Is that better? There, all right. Welcome to the Hasbro non-Disney Action Brands panel of New York Comic Con. Great news if you want to come and hang out with us after the panel is over. And well, all right. So we will start off. I will just frame it up with an agenda so that we all have an idea of what to expect. We're going to start off with Transformers. We're going to do a little behind the scenes development kit on Ghostbusters. And we're going to transition over to G.I. Joe. Does that sound good to everybody? First things first. There are, depending on how familiar you are with it, actually, no, it doesn't matter. There's something you've literally never seen before on this panel. So we will all go through and introduce ourselves. There are going to be 2 humans in the middle who are likely going to be new. One who definitely will be new, and we will be extra nice to them because this is the first time we've had them do a panel in front of a room full of people. So hi, I'm Emily. I do marketing on our marketing communications team for our fan-focused action brands portfolio. And I today am joined by.
I'm Edmund, the product designer on Transformers. Hello.
I'm Pat. I'm the product and graphics for the Ghostbusters brand. Hi, everybody. I'm Mark. I am the brand writer for G.I. Joe and on Marvel Legends comics.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lenny. I'm the product designer on G.I. Joe. Everybody, I'm Tony. I'm the master model artist on G.I. Joe.
It's Mark joining us at the panel. And fun fact, this is actually the first time Mark has gotten to meet the team because he does not work where we are in the Rhode Island office. So we didn't actually know what was going to be here down on him. But just see it torso. But it has been absolutely lovely.
I
Had to, he lived here, so, yeah. Yeah. You have time to improve. Yeah.
I couldn't check them.
That's fair. All right, perfect. So we are going to start off with Transformers. Speaking of, why those of you transition?
But okay, I guess starting off, we do have like 1 or 2 different deals in here, but it's pretty bare bones. I'll be honest, a lot of this is catch up from what we revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, so please don't destroy me after the panel.
And then just so that everybody is aware, this is the first of 4 conventions we're doing in the next 2 months. So one of the reasons why some of these may be slightly more bare bones than you're used to is because we've had to spread the reveals and the new product news out across all of those events. So make sure that you're staying tuned for news from mainly from Transformers and Joe at those shows. Great. All right.
Okay.
Would you like to start off with perhaps some Age of the Primes?
All right. 26 Age of the Primes, here we go. All right, so as we previously revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, our deluxe first wave for 2026 is stacked. So here we have Sure Shot, Flying Stop, the first of the Thematicons that will be coming out. Jalopy, a wonderful redeco that Mark wanted to make sure we got there. Don't you? Yeah. It's pretty awesome. Quick Strike, which I know everybody's been waiting for because we're trying to finish our Beast Wars cast, and obviously 2026 is a big anniversary for Beast Wars. So we want to make sure to get that out there. And then obviously we have Quintus Prime. I guess I'll do a little bit of talk about Quintus Prime. I do not work on any of the Age of the Prime stuff. That is all Mark. But he is currently on maternity leave right now because he is celebrating the birth of his little boy. Works well for the next 8 months. Yes, exactly.
So, question for people who does not know anything about this part of Transformers. Is Quintus Prime a squid?
Yes. And futuristic space squid. There you go. So
Okay.
I'm sure in the preview video that we did at San Diego Comic-Con, Mark and I kind of joked back and forth that he is a mysterious jellyfish. And we kept saying that because when this was in development with Kurohiro-san and Chikara Tomy, he said he wanted to embody the mysterious jellyfish nature of it. So that kind of became a joke back and forth with us. It's like he's a mysterious jellyfish. But yeah, he ended up being super cool. Mark made sure to get a bunch of clear parts on him to really bring out that mysteriousness. And yeah, I guess we're going to move on from Deluxe. Again, this is catch up, as everybody has already known. We have the second of our Combaticons, so we have Voyager Class Brawl, Voyager Class Animated Wreck-Gar, and Amalgamus Prime. We're very close to finishing the 13. They will be done in 2026. Amalgamus Prime, I don't know how we were supposed to make that. He's supposed to be able to turn into an infinite combination number of things. So the idea was to make him a weaponizer. Mark worked with Yugi-san over at Chikara Tomy. Yugi-san primarily works on masterpiece items and things like that. But we had a brief stint with him on our team where he could work on mainline items, and they developed this wonderful design where you can pick them apart and rearrange them however you want and make whatever you want. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. All right, ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Next.
All right, leader. Razor Claw, redeco and Tiger Hawk that everybody loves, and for the first time ever, Big Convoy. I say first time ever because it's the first time we've actually been able to get Convoy as the character name, not call him Optimus Prime. So again, this is another item that is celebrating the big anniversary that we have coming up for Beast Wars, and we wanted to make sure to get out there. Magmatron came out a couple years ago that everybody loved, and we wanted to make sure that we got his maximum rival out there for everybody to enjoy.
So, no pressure. What is your favorite of the robots that transform on this?
Why don't you do this?
I know, right?
No pressure. You know what? It's probably Silver Bolt, just because you get the whole Bandy Eagle, so it's a twofer. Like, yeah. Yeah, okay, moving on.
Would anybody else like to answer? Or those who play ability spend a lot of time on Transformers?
Tigatron.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Jesus, make me look that long.
Yes.
Don't worry, I'll have who you want to show. So, all right, so Commander Onslaught. So please bear with us. In a couple of weeks at NCM London, we'll actually be displaying the model. It will be a gray model and maybe an EP1 prototype. So in a couple of weeks, we'll actually get him out there so you can see what the frame looks like and what he looks like. I hope you're all excited to see him. Mark and Nasui-san put a lot of work into him. He's probably turning out to be one of the best combiners we've ever done. He looks really cool. But yes, please stay tuned. In a couple of weeks, we'll have more photos, more information on him.
Excellent. And now, studio series.
Yeah. All right, so obviously we have our TF1 Arachnid, and also everything that we've been showing off so far is displayed down in our booth. Please pop on down if you'd like to get better photos of it all. But yes, TF1 Arachnid, I'm very happy with the positive reception of this figure so far. Yeah, she's a lot of fun, and she was put a lot of work into it. We have Transformers the Last Night Barricade. It's a good figure. We were happy to get this back out there. And of course, we have Wind Charger from '86 that everybody's been waiting for. Arachnid and Barricade, their pre-orders went up back in September, but Wind Charger's pre-order will actually go up tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So hope you all are excited for that. And the other '86 character that will be pre-ordering tomorrow. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here's a glory shot of Wind Charger. Worked with Ghostbusters on this, so he comes with his magnetic energy blast effect that we want to make sure to get in there because he's literally one of the most powerful Cybertronians to ever exist, but they never utilized it in the show. His power of magnetism on a planet where people are made of metal. So they used it for a total of 2 times in the animation. They forgot about it. Other than the comics where it's horrific when they rip someone in half. But it's fantastic. But now moving on to Voyager. So, yes, so '86 Thundercracker will also go up for pre-order tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And everybody has been wonderfully giving me their checklist of colors. They can't wait to see this molded, and I am more than happy to say we will do them all. Every rare variant of sneaker, we will use this one. I absolutely promise you that. And then we have, obviously, TF1 Alpha Trion. Fantastic character who showed up as the mentor figure in the TF1 movie. We want to make sure to get his unicorn line, and this is also the battle damage version, which we have not done before. Yeah, it's just a really cool line unicorn. Wanted to get him out there. Yep. So worked with Yuki-san on this. Obviously, he worked on the masterpiece Seeker mold before, and he brought a lot of learnings, I think, into this. It just turned out to be a fantastic figure. Really embodies and captures that whole G1 aesthetic in a lot of cleaner ways than I think we've ever been able to get. Yeah, it's just a fantastic mold. If you want to see it more in person, come down to our booth. I recommend it. You won't be disappointed. Okay, and now we have our leader class. So we have Nemesis Prime from the last night. Obviously, this is a redeco of the Optimus Prime that we previously had. We wanted to make sure to get him out there because he obviously runs the Grimlock, and we'll be talking about it a little bit later. You can see this on display. And we have our '86 Soundwave. I think that he doesn't need any introduction. It's an '86 Soundwave. We wanted to make sure that he was beefed up enough. He still is compatible with all the previous cassettes that we have done since Siege. We've just essentially made him a little bit taller, so his proportions are a little bit better to match the animation. What with Koki-san on this one? Koki always does amazing figures. He actually did the Nemesis and the Optimus Prime that's also on screen right here. So fantastic stuff. And then of course, TF4 Grimlock. We'd actually hoped to bring the painted prototype, but it was not ready. It got stuck in shipping. So hopefully we will have it revealed at MCM London in a couple of weeks. So please bear with me and look forward to seeing that model painted then, and photos will get out there. Pre-orders to be determined at a later date. And of course, I'm going to talk about our See Now Buy Now. If you come on down to our booth right now, you can pick up your Nemesis Prime and the Air to Force Minicons team. We wanted to make sure to get the Star Saber out there and this fantastic redeco of the Commander Class Optimus Prime. This Nemesis face broken scene that happens in a literal 0.1 seconds of the animation, but we wanted to make sure to get it out there. Mark put a lot of work into this, and it turned out fantastic. But okay, this one's probably controversial. We did a new wheelie, and everybody's been telling me they love it or hate it, which is great. So, yeah, Deluxe Retro Wheelie. We wanted to make sure that we wanted to beef him up with the other mini bots that we've been doing lately. Worked with Kunihiro-san on this. I can confirm he is 100% a new mold. More than likely, you all can guess there will be an '86 redeco in the future, but we wanted to get out his toy version first so we can put it on the retro card. I had a lot of fun with this one, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. His pre-orders were available a couple days ago for Walmart Con. I believe they're still up and available, so by all means, if you like them, please pre-order. And he is paired with Retro Outback. We actually snuck in the pieces for Outback when we did the Dead for All for the '86 pack, because there was a little bit of room left in the tools. So Shu and I were like, hey, let's put Outback in here so we can get it done a little bit later. And we did. So here he is. But yeah, his pre-orders are also available. So if you would like one, please pre-order it. And now finally, a little bit of new news. So thank you for your patience. So just to reiterate where we have been. So timelines. It's a wonderful little capsule where we're exploring what happens when Transformer characters wake up in different time periods and different locations, and we're just kind of exploring that. We had some history of it with our comics, and everybody had been screaming us to do Hearts of Steel. Funny story with Lenny over here, when I had started working on Hearts of Steel, and I was so excited about it, Lenny went, "Oh, you mean that comic from 20 years ago?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" It was not 20 years ago, and it in fact was 20 years ago. So,
It's a time
yeah, a little bit. Just another day of breaking my heart. It's okay. But our next theme for timelines. We don't really have an official name with this because the idea, obviously, as you can see, was samurai, but it ended up becoming more of a feudal Japan theme. So obviously with this first pack, because I'm just going to warn you right now, we're only going to be showing you the first one because we'll be revealing the second one at MCM London in 2 weeks. So we're only going to be showing up Optimus and Starscream right now. So, if you wouldn't mind. So, yeah. So obviously we have our Optimus Prime and our Starscream. Optimus Prime is based off of the samurai, and he will turn into an ox cart with a trailer. Don't worry, we'll actually show you here in a moment. And Starscream turns into an eagle. So the Decepticons for this are actually based off of like yokai and Japanese demons. So Starscream is based off of the Tengu, who is based off of the mountain hermits of the Yamabushi in Japan, which was something that Kunihiro-san was teaching me about when we first started and kicked this off. And it ended up being really cool, and it was a really fun learning experience. It's the next slide, too. Thank you. Yes, of course. This is literally. Oh man, if well, so here's the thing. Why is this not ox carcass? That will be an original character. Maybe that's what we'll do for a redeck. But this ended up being one of my favorite Optimus Primes to work on. I kicked off the sketch with Kunihiro-san, and essentially they were like charmed with the idea of doing this theme. And so I learned a lot about like more Japanese history and things like that. An ox cart and trailer just made sense, like for what is a truck and trailer. When we were talking about doing these different themes, it's like, well, there weren't exactly vehicles in feudal Japan, so what do we do? And so we were like, oh, we'll just do animals. I think that makes a lot of sense. And man, if we had a nickel every time we made one of our iconic characters into human creatures, we'd have 2 nickels right now, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. We did Megatron as one at Cyberverse. We made him a bull. So yeah, and then Starscream, we did an eagle because what was very interesting is when we were digging in deep, a lot of the Japanese feudal lords really got into hawking and falconry. So there's a lot of statues in Japan of like these samurai warlords with like eagle perched like on their arms. And because of that, it made it seem like the eagle or the hawk was like the number 2 in command. And we're like, oh, that's perfect. So that's why we kind of landed on that with Starscream. Oh, actually.
His box of treasures.
Where do you go to the next slide?
I would love the next slide. Ooh.
So big shout outs to Amy, our packaging designer. She actually studied some Japanese art in college, so she wanted to make sure that she embodied. I'll leave that close.
Yeah, just windows.
She really wanted to embody the Japanese sword box aesthetic, which usually featured gold filament, had an animal on it. So that's what these guys are based off of. And of course, we'll be putting these down in our booth after this. So please all stop by so you can check them out. They are obviously deluxe scale. And as I mentioned, we will be showing off Megatron and Bumblebee in a couple of weeks at MCN. So please wait on that. And pre-orders will actually be coming in November. And yeah, I guess please look forward to it. And then look forward to future themes that we're looking to explore. Okay. Thank God Ben wrote these notes. So if it sounds more coherent than normal, it's because Ben wrote these. So thank you, Ben. Okay, time for our 2025 Hall of Fame. We gave you 3 categories to vote on. I don't think Age of the Princess 2 series is really going to shock anyone, but here goes. So we have leader class Megatron as the Fallen coming in with a 35.6% of the vote. So he is the inductee into the Hall of Fame for Age of the Primes in 2025. he was the clear winner. If you were curious about second and third place, second place was Onyx Prime and Skybite came in third, with an honorable mention going to Star Optimus Prime. And then, of course, next was the favorite studio series. And I don't think it's going to shock anybody, but are there any guesses?
Megatron.
Oh, God, you got it. No shocks here. Here we go. Leader class, Studio Series 86 Megatron. I'm happy that everybody has enjoyed this figure. Actually, funny story. So this Megatron and the Megatronus were both designed by Yuya over at Takara Tomy, who's normally the car guy, but I guess now he's the tech guy. So, okay, that's great. It's great. He's got a lot of skills. It's awesome. So here we see him in both modes. He has match shifted himself. And obviously, big kudos to Dave White, who has taken these photos, and they are fantastic. This was a landslide victory. He got 54.6% of the vote, followed, of course, by leader class Age of Extinction Optimus Prime, which that's wonderful. Thank you. And then, of course, Voyager class TF1 Sentinel Prime. I was kind of shocked about that, but I'm glad you really liked it. And then right after that was the 86 Long Haul and Hook, which, to be honest, I had expected Devastator to make this, but you know what? This is great too. And of course, next up is going to be our fan favorite exclusive for the year. This was a lot closer than I think anybody expected, and to be honest, I'm kind of shocked. Does anybody have any guesses what the exclusive that won would be? Close, but no. So here we go. Yo! I know, right? I know. No, not great. I worked on this figure, so I'm very excited about it, but I'm still like, what? Okay. So where are my Transformer Cybertrain fans? Cybertron fans? Yes, we definitely need to do more of that. So here we go. He edged out a victory. It was very close. He won by about 30 votes. So the one that came next was actually Timeline's Heart of Steel, Optimus Prime and Starscream. So they came second, which is wonderful. And then, of course, BMAC's clear favorite was the Sea Spray. That came in third. Yeah, I know. I don't know how this happened, but Armada Nemesis Prime is also on there. It's the one that people can only buy now. So I don't know why that was even allowed to be voted on, but it was a very tight race. And with that, we're actually going to end the Transformer segment on our human inductee. There are so many deserving individuals, and it's hard to pick. However, this year's was actually kind of pretty easy to pick. So, Ron Friedman. Sadly, we actually ended up just losing him this year. He was fantastic, obviously. He stands as one of the master storytellers who gave Transformers its heart, its humor, and its humanity. As a screenwriter who helped bring Cybertron's heroes and villains to life, Friedman transformed, quite literally, the concept of warring machines into an epic saga of courage, sacrifice, and identity. His work on the original Transformers animated series and the landmark 1986 film that traumatized us all laid the emotional and narrative foundation for a universe that continues to evolve. And I apologize for flickering the screen. It's just going to be how it is. And then, obviously, through his vision, Optimus Prime, Megatron, and countless others became more than just characters. They became cultural icons, symbols of leadership, resilience, and the eternal struggles between good and evil. Friedman's storytelling bridged generations, blending thrilling adventures and timeless moral depth, and igniting imaginations around the world. So, our inductee into the Hall of Fame for pioneering creativity, enduring impact, Ron Friedman, and Transformers, embodies the spirit of transformation itself, proving that courage and heart can turn even the coldest of steel into legend. God damn it, FEMA, that's a good line. Thank you, Ron, for all that you gave us. Your stories will live on in our hearts and minds forever. And with that, I will say, thank you. Okay.
All right, so now a quick video interlude sponsored by our friends at Walmart, which is how we will see if the sound is going to work on this.
No.
Anybody in the back who knows about the AV stuff or knows where that nice human is? Let's see. Would you mind seeing if you can poke your head out and find a nice human? Because both of our next segments are videos and we will need sound for them. All right, so let's stall for a hot second.
Stop.
Very stuck.
We love good stalling.
I like that you put the person who's never been on a panel after somebody who's incredibly experienced at a panel.
Yeah. Expect this a little.
There's just, there's so much G.I. Joe to talk about that I figured that we would just give you all the time.
Yeah, 6.
Really,
It's a lot.
I would have to stop.
No, I have a
Legends tells them now.
you did have a reason on G.I. Joe if you want to talk about it.
I have a.
Did you guys see the Transformers reviews? Transformers.
Yeah.
Yes! Why don't you make that? You keep forgetting that.
Yeah, big dragons. Really got it. It's wild. Wild. It's old here.
Copyright infringement.
G.I. Joe has started, but we are waiting for them to fix audio issues with their videos.
No, it's true. It's great. You know what? Spectre and Rap Smash are gonna everything for the Walmart today. So if you don't see it now, it's probably already gone. Just FYI. But you think about Walmart, right? Return when they start to ship. So that's great.
I know this is all hot. I'm just gonna put it outside.
That's crazy.
Once it doesn't come in, or everything, yeah, that was ours.
Hey everyone, can I interest you in the Lost Boys? Come $1.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that has technical issues with this stuff.
They're going to use better stuff at MCF, which I oh, nice. Get your stereo. For those of you just joining, I'm still in.
Yeah, they said they're going to be attending 4 different conventions. This is the first of 4 over the next 2 months. Our audio has now been fixed, I think. Or their audio, I should say.
All right, ready?
Hey everybody, I'm Corey, one of the photographers here at Hasbro, and today we're at North Smithfield Walmart checking out the latest and greatest diorama collaboration. Let's check it out. For sure. When Walmart approached us about this very unique opportunity, we were given 2 weeks to create 4 very unique dioramas. And we've done it for all your favorite action brands: Marvel, G.I. Joe, Transformers, and of course everybody's favorite in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars. At Hasbro, we've been doing dioramas for over 25 years, and we're very excited to bring our latest and greatest to you here at Walmart. We're inspired to make very creative dioramas and secrets of art because fans like you. So make sure to check out your local Walmart and pick up some of these great figures today. Right, Julie? Julie, you have anything to say?
So, getting excited about the products that we have on our brand. And make sure that you go and check out that. So in some stores, it's an islander and it's getting refreshed with new products. So there's like spots for the product around it. In some stores, the dioramas are actually at the top of the shelf, like over your regular toy aisle. So they are pretty cool to check out. And I don't think that. Sorry, say again?
Some stores are done.
And in some stores, they're not. Some stores are different Walmart. They like a scavenger hunt. But it's cool because at least for our teams, we haven't had an opportunity to see dioramas like that mass produced. So, oh, sorry. They're knocking all my stuff over. There we go. So it's cool because on our teams, we haven't really had an opportunity to see dioramas produced like this on a mass scale at stores. And so it's really cool to know that like the same Transformer scene is in 1,000 different stores across the country. Like, that's fun. We like that. It's good. Are you waiting for funsies or would you like me to? Yes. That is a great question. Is our Walmart team here and would like to comment on that from wherever they might be hiding? That's a solid question. Let me do a little digging. And if you come and see me at the booth later, I will try to have an answer for you.
We can always buy.
Yes. They are.
You can say hand constructed.
Hand constructed. See, there's a legal language. All right, so next up, we are going to skip into our middle section. So we are very excited that Pat was able to join us at the panel today, but we thought he wasn't going to be able to, so we made a very silly video. And so we're going to play that, and then because he is here, we'll talk through some of like the design elements a little bit more in depth. Sound okay?
Cool.
Excellent, thank you. You didn't really have a choice. You could maybe.
I love more than
Welcome to Hasbro Laboratories, where imagination, innovation, and a questionable amount of caffeine combine to bring toys to life. In 1986, Kenner answered the call with the first spectacular line of toys based around the real Ghostbusters, including Proton Packs, Ecto-1, Ghost Galore. These toys were absolutely incredible, and the kids that got to play with them growing up. But what happened to the toy concepts that never were? Those that were too daring, too advanced, or simply too bizarre to make it toy shelves. We're about to go behind the scenes in the Hasbro Design Center. So this is our top secret behind the scenes area where we're going to show you what it takes to bring some of those concepts back to life, especially for our new Ecto capsule collection. So there's no filming allowed back here. There's lots of IP sensitive things that are happening. Through the magic of dramatizations, we'll be able to show you what our designers' creative process may have looked like. Our designers have patents out here to countless hours of rigorous product testing and research to get the creative juices flowing. And finally, the idea strikes. Behold the 1991 Ecto-Copter, a marvel of toy engineering so ahead of its time, it was never actually produced. Working closely with our friends in Hollywood, our designers devised the perfect plan to bring the quadcopter back to life. Through painstaking orthographic sketches, front view, side view, top view, every angle is carefully rendered because ghosts don't like sloppy geometry. With our initial line drawings completed and sent off to our sculpting partners, the designers patiently await the first round of 3D CAD files, but their work is only just beginning. Through the miracle of modern technology, the first round of 3D files appear on our designers' screens. From there, the files are sent off to the model shop for fabrication, where our master model artist inspects the work with painstaking care. Each color has been matched with the precision of restoring a Renaissance masterpiece, because nothing says high art like a glow-in-the-dark helicopter from 1991. At long last, the fabled Ecto-Copter rises from the ashes and will be ready to take flight for San Diego Comic-Con 2026. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for this sneak peek into our design process. If you're curious about more on the real Ghostbusters, you can check out The Real Ghostbusters, A Visual History by Craig Goldberg and Troy Benjamin. It's full of all kinds of really cool information about the show, the toys, basically everything you wanted to know about the world of real Ghostbusters. And if you're curious about kind of the world of packaging art, what it takes to really recreate that artwork that was for new toys that didn't exist in the 80s that we're doing now, and that classic kind of line look. Check out Pat's interview with Harry Moore that was seen at San Diego Comic-Con that will be up on Hasbro Full Socials this afternoon. Harry is an incredible artist. He's done all of our Kenner artwork for us over the last 5 years. I really want to hear him talk about what his process is. And so again, thank you. And then remember that the Kenner Vault is deep and full of mysteries. You never know what may be in store for us next. It was a really fun afternoon. The skeleton was a fun touch, and now we get to put that all over the office in fun spots, which was lovely. So because Pat is here, we'll have him talk a little bit more kind of in depth about what the process of recreating a toy that really only existed as like there was one physical prototype of it, but it showed up in this Kenner 1991 Toy Fair catalog, which was shockingly difficult to find, but we have one in person. It is, if you come down to the booth, you can flip through it and look, but it is such a cool time capsule of like what toy collecting used to be like, especially if you have kids that are growing up now and you get to try to explain to them what we used to do with catalogs where we go in and circle everything because the internet didn't exist kind of thing. But it is, you can't circle in this one, it was expensive. But like you can find your own catalog to circle in. But so the Glowcopter, Pat, correct me if I'm wrong, showed up in this catalog and then Kenner canceled the line and never made it.
Yep. Yeah, it crushed the dreams of dozens of children everywhere. And, I've kind of been doing everything I can to boost those dreams. So being able to find the Glowcopter in the vast history of Kenner products that we could have made that fire truck that never got made.
There's some really cool stuff in this
There's
catalog.
a lot of Ghostbusters stuff in here that never got made in 1991. So it gave us a lot to choose from, but when we decided to do the Ecto Glow capsule collection, it was really important for me that the final item, the kind of like top of the mountain for the Ecto Glow is that Glowcopter that never came out. So working really painstakingly to get it as close as we could to like the 2 reference photos that exist. Because what people might not know is there was a line of toys for Police Academy, and the Glowcopter was originally the Crime Mulcher, and the Crime Mulcher also never came out. So it makes it twice as hard to find any kind of prototype or anything having to do with it. So getting orthographic drawings done based on, great images that you see here, pretty much what we can find from the internet, is a challenge, but we are confident that we have recreated this thing as close as possible within as few concessions as we could imagine.
And for those of you who are sitting in the audience going, so why don't they talk us through this process with all of their products? Great question. This is a weird baby. So usually we would not give you this kind of insight into the development process because so many things change along the journey. Product may not come out. It may look nothing like where we started. But because this is an item that we're basing off of a catalog image that has been around for 34 years, we thought it would be a really fun treat to kind of get to walk everybody through what it takes to really recreate a toy from something like that. One of the other cool things that we were given was the actual instruction sheet from 1991.
Yeah, being in this community, we have a fan council that we'll talk to about certain things, and they may have access to or have lost things, or this was actually in the Ghost Corps archives.
Yeah, it was a box of stuff that Ivan Reitman had brought over like years ago that had been in a storage locker. That when Craig was doing the visual history book, they were looking through all the paperwork and they just found this, which is so cool. Yeah. Oh, 100% haunted. Like no question. Yeah.
So it's always really interesting to look at stuff like this and see how kind of simple the instructions used to be.
Yeah.
And then, now we've got multiple pages for multiple,
At the time check, you have 3 minutes left.
that's a lot.
You sure?
That's a lot.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to give you guys a closer look at some of the orthographic views here. We do these line drawings, these text drawings, so that we can get a feel for scale. Make sure all the pieces, seem like where they should be. So our 3D artists will go in using these orthographic views to really make the model as close as possible to the drawing. So the drawings are probably the most important part in any of our product development. I know that Lenny was all his own drawings. Crazy person. But from there, after I think it's 2-3 weeks, sometimes a month, we get some 3D back in, and then we start fine tuning. I will bother Tony ripping things, and we will, comment on the scale, and this piece doesn't fit here, and this doesn't do what it's supposed to do. This piece is broken.
Or maybe the figure that you need to fit into this doesn't quite fit right. So you need
That's
to
true.
Refinement.
Yep. So making sure it fits with all your favorite Ghostbusters was very important to me. Make sure nobody's heads get chopped off. And then if you want to go to the next one, working with Harry Moore, who again is a fantastic artist. And I feel like I underutilize him because I'm just like, Harry, help me make stuff that looks bold. But his skill set is so vast. He does so much work for Hasbro and the whole. It's always fun when we get to do like a little nerdy project where I'm like, I need a dashboard and I have no clue what it looks like. And we'll just go back and forth about, let's put a radar with some little ghosts on there and a joystick and like a little phone keypad. So we didn't know what some of these decals look like, but for the most part, I think maybe 4 people have ever seen the actual prototype of this. And I think we got it pretty close. I think everybody's going to be real happy. And I can't believe you're complaining about the number of instructions extra transformers.
Seriously?
It's fine. It's just like, oh no, it's got 4 steps. I was like, you fool!
And last slide.
Yep. So a lot of the information that is out there for real Ghostbusters and Kenner and that history of the brand is contained within this book, and it's the real Ghostbusters and Visual History by Troy Benjamin and Greg Goldberg. They did all the research so that I didn't have to. And it is painstakingly researched. The last third of the book is all about the toys, and there are more sketches for things that I've never seen before. There's a dump truck and all this crazy stuff that really is how they used to make the toys. And it's so fun to look at. You can get it wherever books are sold, I would imagine. Fine books are sold. Fine books.
Fine books are sold. Is there anything that you would like to say to close out our Ghostbusters segment? By the way, you did take 4 minutes instead of 3 minutes.
Seriously,
Did that mean I get 2 I was right this month?
Like a money. Thank you guys.
Yeah. All right, and now, as you know, the G.I. Joe team talks a whole lot when we do this.
We do.
I know, what a shock.
Search the name.
I will. My name is not all of your names. I am just guilty. So I am going to speed run through the stuff that you've already seen to give Lenny and Tony and Mark and I guess Pat, if he wants to jump in, the most time that they have to talk about new stuff. Sound good? Great. Perfect. All right. So convention exclusives. First news is come and get her in the booth if she hasn't sold out already, or for Pulse Premium members online at repulse.com until quantities are sold out. It will also be sold at our other fall conventions that will be on the off chance that you'll be, I don't know, hanging out in London or Italy later this month.
That's
Great.
fast. Yeah. You want to say anything?
More by phone. No, you already talked about this. This is even for the other stuff. Although this note does say, have Lenny talk about stuff. I'm ignoring that. Sorry, Ben. Next, all right. Ooh, Ghost Viper Diaries, also already announced and talked about, but look at these very pretty pictures. Ooh.
After illustration for this is phenomenal. This man, Lenny just created an amazing toy here. That is so inspiring. I love these so much.
And go see them on display down in the booth. Also, Mark, you have quickly picked up on the fact that we just jump in at any time in the panel, which is good.
Okay.
That's the only way your voice gets heard here.
There you go.
We're chatterboxes, so he fits right in. All right, perfect. Ready? Product reveals. Okay.
There we go.
Oh, no. This note says, I need a little more energy than that. Who's ready for product reveals? Yes, you can.
All right.
These we can talk about. All right. So over the last week or so, we've been revealing some of the name-only reveals from SDCC and what we call the Road to New York Comic Con. So here's a look at who we revealed first. Hit and Run. That's real, right? You've seen this before? That's not a lie? Great.
We have more images of the logo.
We do, but the notes are on this page.
All right. Well, we have Hit and Run. You guys have seen the render reveal from.
If I'll click through and you just talk about it.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, all right.
We don't rehearse.
No, we do not. We actually don't even do notes most of the time. This is just a very sweet gift from BMAC to us, so. Yeah.
Here's some awesome images of Hit and Run, packed and packaging art for Hit and Run. As you guys can see, he's loaded out to the gills. He has his assault rifle. He actually has a machete that goes into his duffel bag. The duffel bag will open up. You can put all his gear in there so he can rappel down. His secondary gear has a hook on it, so you can put the cord through there and you pose them out so you can see the images. And I'm very excited about this one. When I was a kid, the second G.I. Joe ever got it. So we had to go all in on this guy.
See better.
The figures are better though, right?
When you have 32 slides to get through in 16 minutes. All right. Mole Rat,
Stage two. We want to play some more rats more. You can see we got the glow in the dark aspect going on like crazy, but Tony had an idea. He's like, let's make them more gross. Tony has the design for this awesome head. As you guys can see, the energon sickness is growing.
Gross.
Who would like to see what comes next in the
Lighting.
state? How far the energized converts?
We don't have it prepped for
No,
right now. He's asking if he wants to see it in the future. Just as like, to clarify. Yeah.
All right, so want to get more gross?
More gross. Oh, and there's a note that says, and there's that basketball court again, ... So I'm sure that will come into play later on. All right, and next up, Lifeline.
Yeah, so Lifeline was a must. We needed our second head. As you guys can see here, he's also really good out. His loadout is awesome. He has a backpack. He has a suitcase that actually opens up, and there's a rebreather in there, so you can put them on other Joes that are incapacitated. He also comes with a saline bag, so you can put it on other figures' joints, and they can look like he's giving them fluids. You got to play with your Joes. The C-clip, it is a C-clip. That's right. And, he has iconic green glasses, as well as he has two sets of goggles, because we don't want you to stretch out your goggles on his helmet, so you can put the smaller pair on his face if you want to not have a helmet on.
Why are the mole rats attacking Lifeline on the basketball court?
Well, things got a little out of hand in Cobra. You know, they were looking for Energon in the inner city.
It's all your gun or is it pacifist? It's a question of the
Oh, that's right. If you guys want, you can take the gun off of his strap. And that's not right. That's right. That's right. Not just the pistol, but the holster itself comes off. So if you don't want to have a pistol at all, you can take it off.
It's the whip. Go ahead.
And then Night Viper, unanticipated. We needed him in the line. He was one of the coolest troopers to come out of Heath. As you guys can see here, he's pretty kitted out. All of his knives stowed, one on his shin, because that's where you keep your knives, I guess. Yeah, he also comes with a visor, as you guys can see. In the images, on the visors, like an optic that'll come off and go onto his gun, as well as you can customize it across the figure. We're really excited to have him in there. We got a lot of cool spot glosses and matte on this figure to make it really pop.
Ooh. All right, and lastly, we revealed the final new recruit from the 1987 movie. That's right, the next basketball.
So we had to get him in there. This is sort of a new collection as well. Big Lob's awesome. He's never really had a true figure because we customized figures back in the day. But I really wanted to do justice. I want to bring you to a modern day. He had to have a basketball. Basketball is actually good to his hand for safety reasons. It just comes with a grenade launcher. He actually comes with a secondary grenade in case you want to throw it like the cartoon.
Is that also for safety reasons?
For
That
safety
gives a
reasons.
grenade launcher?
That'll pass you the jump gauge, that grenade.
Sure.
The grenade launcher stows on his and you get fun names for those. There's like the alley oop and yeah, it was the alley oop finger roll. I gotta look at my.
Oh, these are his fighting game moves?
No,
Okay.
There you go. So
Oh, okay.
Mark will be illustrating that to you guys on.
Mark is also responsible for all of the incredible but silly names for all the weaponry on the tech specs for the Haslabs that we do. And he does all of the writing for Cobra Commander voices for all of the projects that are perhaps sent to somebody who may be sitting in the front. I don't know. All right, let's see. Oh, more basketball.
Yeah, these scenes.
This figure just let up.
I'm just gonna let him go. We checked to see if he's in the right spot. And when we got to, is this too much? We're like, no, this is just right. Matt is a genius.
There are a couple of times where we looked at it and go, no,
No,
that's
no, but you gotta let an artist art, right?
Mhm. But remember, nobody ever dies in G.I. Joe.
That's right.
So that's the rule. Ben wrote me a note in all caps. That's right, he dunks, he scores, 5 exclamation points. And lastly, he's overwhelmed by the mole rat horde, but don't worry, Big Lob is safe. Be sure to check out all the dial images online, and you'll see he gets some oxygen from Lifeline after he defeats the mole rats. And now you're like, wow, you just showed me 5. So he does this thing where he tries to write in my voice, and I think it's very, very funny and horrifically accurate, and it makes me so irritated. Our desks are right across from each other, so we can look at each other in meetings and give each other silly faces, and so a lot of time we spend together. So I apologize. So now you're like, wow, you just showed me 5 new classified figures. When can I add all of these to my collection? 3 question marks. Good news, all 5 characters you just saw, Hidden Run, Mole Rat, Stage 2, Lifeline, Night Viper, and Big Lob will all be available pre-order this coming Tuesday, October 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on HasbroPulse.com, wherever fine toys are sold. This is the first wave of our mainline offering for 2026, and you should expect these to show up in the spring of 26. Again, the pre-order on this is coming Tuesday the 14th, so that means you have all day Monday to prep yourself for the Tuesday pre-order. Again, that's 1 p.m. Eastern Time, where you like to pre-order your favorite G.I. Joes. Click.
If you have an image of everything you just said, that is the fastest.
Yeah, you can put it on later. Okay, who's ready for render reveal?
There we go.
Back at San Diego Comic-Con, we tested this piece. It's been fun to hear so many definitive statements about who this belongs to. So how about we just show you?
I thought it was a dirty toenail.
Is there an ankle soles?
That's right, it's the Cobra Lock Roll Guard. We've been loving Cobra Lock so much, we knew we needed to get them into the line sooner rather than later. But Lenny did what Lenny does and classified these guys up. So Lenny, tell us more about what we're seeing here.
I did what I did.
You could believe that. That would be incredible.
Another figure I loved as a child. I actually never had him. The kid down the block, Mike Farnell had him. I always played with him when we have our play dates. Anyways.
16 slides left.
Oh, so this figure's back to the Gills, but he pushed over just like Nemesis Immortal. He actually can upgrade. So using the Cobra Law biotech, he can grow bigger armor, and you can put wings on him as well. The base figure can wear the cape as well as the armored up version. The cape is soft goods. We also looked at in the movie. You can see some of the Cobra Lions, I'll call them. They have like a blue skin biotech race. So we added some of those heads in there so you can troop build and really play out on your shelf. Cobra Law.
All right. So now we're going to do something a little bit different for a render reveal, and it's not necessarily something we've done on the line before. So bear with us while we kind of explain what we're thinking. Okay. Ooh. So that's right. Perhaps Cobra Commander had given you a couple of hints about this, but you need something to fight those snow cats that you all back, right? So the Arctic Assault Hiss Tank is here. More info to come on pre-orders later this year, but be sure to stop by the booth and check out the physical model that will be in the case later this afternoon. So give us a bit of time to get back, get in the case, and it'll be on display for the remainder of the weekend. So the way that we have been doing projects like this and use some of the tooling that we've been doing for HasLabs, this is going to be one of our made-to-order pre-order items. So what does that mean? It means that you have 30 days, a 30-day window on HasbroPulse.com to place your order, to say, yes, I want one of these, two of these, however many you want of these. And then after those 30 days, we will say, okay, this is the number of them that everybody was excited about. So the reason we do this instead of just a regular pre-order is we want to make sure that we are producing enough of them so that everybody who wants one can get one. Because if we just call the number now, we may be short, people may be sad. So we want to make sure that everybody who wants one of these can get one. The way that make-to-orders work instead of HasLabs is just like a regular pre-order. You do not get charged until this ships out. So this will be shipping out at the end of 2026. So your card will not be charged. It's basically like you're putting a hold down and saying that you're interested in having one. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah. Reasonable, great. And then the other rule for this is it always has to be cheaper than the HasLab version of it. So it looks beautiful. Come and check out the physical model this afternoon, and then more information on when the campaign will open for this will be coming later this year. All right, and since you all seem to like Jesus so much, here's one for you to ponder for a while. What even is that? You're just going to have to wait and see. Okay, so how about some name-only reveals? Are you ready for this? Click. Female closing guards. Should be a nice truth, right? Then we've got, come on, clicky thing, crazy legs. That's right. For anyone who didn't back the Dragonfly, you now have a chance to add crazy legs to your collection. And yes, we are talking about classic red and gray. Clearly a very covert color scheme that sarcasm, crazy legs. You think I was supposed to read that in a sarcastic voice or just say sarcasm? Yeah, perfect. Thank you. But great news, it doesn't end there. We like the original 13 members around here, right? This is wait for cheers, so. That's right. It's that. It is even a reveal if somebody doesn't have a mustache.
So many mustaches, so many times.
Excited to have to be joining the collection and working to fill out our original 13 roster. And who knows, maybe there are even more original 13 characters made for 2026. You'll just have to wait and see. So that does it for our name-only reveals. You're all pretty smart and you can guess how these will be executed and probably guess that you'll be able to pre-order them somewhat soon. But now let's move on to our final order of business for G.I. Joe, and that is our 2025 Hall of Fame. For this year's Hall of Fame, we asked you two questions. First, your favorite 1983 character. Since we kicked this off last year with the 1982 characters, we want to follow up with year 2 and see how you all felt. And spoiler alert, there's a good chance next year will be your favorite. What year? 84. 84. Cool. That is correct, character. Second, we asked you your favorite classified figure of the year. This is always tricky, as not all figures from the year are in the hands yet, but the entire year has been revealed, so we'll try our best, right? I do think, as most of you feel, though, that our best figure of the year is already out, though. Okay, so are you ready to see who won? Thank you. That's right. It's Destro. Your favorite 1983 character, no big surprise, is Destro with almost 30% of the vote. Everybody loves a weapon supplier. Coming in second was Snowdrop, followed by Gung Ho, and the Duke Mail-Away figure, and then Airborne. Strong Joe representation after the best cover character, in my opinion. It could be that he's Scottish and had the castle, so maybe I'm a little biased. Oh, that was from Ben, because Ben is Scottish, not me. So,
That's funny.
Yeah. So how about your favorite classified figure of the year? That's right, it's Crystal Ball. But I don't think anyone is really surprised by this. I mean, if there was a character, she instantly got better, but the classified treatment, it definitely was Crystal Ball.
We were wrong!
You got second place, which you would know if you let me read through the next paragraph. Is second place okay, or you want right? Do you have data to support that, or is that just?
Yeah, you guys was fantastic.
All right, simmer down. Calm yourself.
That's the Cold Slither band in the audience.
Well. for being second runner-up on this. Come on.
You want number one, right? Get this tomorrow, no! Tonight! Promise! 8 o'clock doors. You're all gonna join us soon, right? Right! Number one!
That was a great runner-up speech.
That's a full court.
Thank you for that beautiful second place runner-up speech. And now for the human inductee, which I apologize, also not you guys. The human inductee part of the Hall of Fame. I feel, without the human who is being inducted, you probably wouldn't exist. So, thank you. So this person really needs no introductions, but absolutely deserves to be the second human inductee in the Hall of Fame. So that's right. It is Mr. Larry Thomas. As a creative force who transformed a line of figures into a universe of heroes, Hammer redefined what it meant to tell stories of courage, duty, and identity. His groundbreaking work on G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, brought depth, personality, and moral complexity to every character, turning code names into icons and battles into lessons about honor and teamwork. Across comics, toys, television, and beyond, G.I. Joe became a cultural touchstone, inspiring generations to believe that knowing is half the battle. Larry Hama's vision elevated action into art, forging a legacy that continues to shape storytelling and spark imaginations around the globe. Larry's work on G.I. Joe, Real American Hero is still going strong 40 plus years later, making it one of the longest running comic series by the same writer. So please join us in thanking Larry for everything he has done for G.I. Joe and continues to do. As the band mentioned, please come and see Cold Slither tomorrow at the Gramercy Theater. The first 100 people through the door get a free exclusive iCobra New York t-shirts. The band today, they will be, I believe, in his own facility with you guys if we haven't made you too upset. Gracing us with your presence. Oh, Zartan wants me to pay him. I see. Gracing us with their presence in the booth after the panel. Come by, say hi. If you buy a Cold Slither set, which we happen to have a couple of in the booth, I bet you can sweet talk them into signing it for you. Maybe have to like sign a couple quarters or something. They're pretty small. But come and join us tomorrow night, just in case you forgot what those toys look like. And with that, we will say, Yo Joe, with this hilarious picture. Okay, thank you all for taking me out. A delightful time. We will see you at the booth later to see all of you in product reveals across Transformers and G.I. Joe. Come see the art and kids, come see the band, come hang out with us. We're delightful. All that good stuff.
We'll be doing images up on the sites of all the reveals very soon. Thank you guys for checking things out. Stay safe. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching today's video. If you're new to the channel, think about subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. You can also think about becoming an action figure enthusiast channel member. There's a link in the video description below with more details on that. Check out all the names of everyone who's already joined, scrolling down at the bottom of your screen. And for the latest in action figure news, be sure to head over to toynewseye.com, marvelousnews.com, JediInsider.com, and teethwarmers.com. And remember, action figures are great!